Now we've reached the end of round, and darkness is going to fall on the Atlantean Empire. The first thing we need to do to start end of round is flip the day-night card over to the night side. This has changed some of the movement costs of some terrain. It was costing us 3 to travel in the forest, now it's 5. But it was costing us 5 to travel in the desert, and now it's only costing us 3. I'm guessing because it's a little bit cooler in the night time in the desert. You're not so dehydrated and so on. And then we need to re-roll the mana dice and stick them back in the source. 2 reds and a blue. Then we need to reset the unit offer. So these units go back on the bottom. And to prepare a new round, we draw 3 more units into the unit offer. Then we need to reset the advanced action offer. And the way we do this is we remove the card that's at the lowest position, everything else shuffles down, and we draw a new card from the advanced action deck. Now normally you would place this card on the bottom of the advanced action deck, but in the solo rules, what you actually do is you give this to the dummy player and put it in their deck. So they've got another green card in their deck, so their deck's kind of changing shape a little bit. So put that back in their deck. And this will get shuffled in when we reset the dummy player for the next round. And we've also got to refresh the spell offer in the same way that we did the advanced actions offer. Now as it goes, we should have done this before, and we should have done this when we revealed the Mage Tower, but the spell offer looks like this. And we should have done it when we revealed the Mage Tower, because you can buy spells once you conquer a Mage Tower. One other thing I forgot to do when I revealed that Mage Tower, as well as forgetting to load up the spell offer, was I should have gained 1 fame for revealing the new terrain tile. So that's what the spell offer should have looked like. As it goes, we've reached the end of round and we haven't been buying any spells, so we refresh it in the same way as we did the advanced actions deck. So we shuffle everything down after removing the bottom one and draw a new spell from here. Now again, there's a slightly different rule for the solo play for the dummy player, and what that says is when you refresh the spell offer, yes, this goes on the bottom of the spell deck, and that would be normal, but when you've got a dummy player, what you actually do is look at the colour of the spell, and here it's blue, and you add 1 crystal of that colour to the dummy player's hero card. So what that means is when they're, as the rounds go on, when they're drawing cards, they're going to speed up slightly. Right, so this goes back on here, and we place a blue crystal for the blue spell on the dummy player's hero card. Next we have to reset our D deck. So we take our discard pile, we reshuffle it, and this becomes our D deck for the next round. And we'll do exactly the same for the dummy player. So the D deck will get shuffled, I'll do that in a second, and that will become the D deck for the next round for the dummy player. And the next thing we do in preparation for the next round is draw our starting hand, so it's still 5 cards. And this should give us enough information now to decide what tactic we're going to choose for the next round. The good news is I've drawn Crushing Bolt. Now this is very encouraging, because what I'd like to do is have a go at this Mage Tower. And if I can kill this guy straight off with 5 ranged attack, then that's going to make an easy job of it. So I've got an idea. The next stage is to draw our tactics cards. Now we've moved into the night phase, so we get rid of these and we look at the night tactics, which are these. And I'm going to choose preparation. And this says, when I take this tactic, search my deck for any 1 card and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. And then the other thing I should do, obviously, is draw a random tactic from the night for the dummy player. With this one, Long Night. When we start the next round, the dummy player will get to go first, because their tactic card has a lower number. So with my tactic preparation, I get to search my deck for any one card and put it into my hand. So the card I want to search for is this one, Concentration. I was thinking maybe this one, but it's ranged attack. I'm in a fort. The Mage Tower is fortified, which means ranged attack doesn't work. Remember, it's only siege attacks that work. But what this one does, this Concentration, if I charge it with green mana, it says get the stronger effect of an action card of a card for free. So I'll get the siege attack 3, and it says, if that effect gives you move, influence, block, or any type of attack, get the amount +2. So any type of siege attack is a type of attack. So that would give me siege attack 5, which would be enough to take out that Mage Tower. So Concentration is the card I'm looking for. And that gives me 6 cards in my hand for the start of this turn. Right, dummy player goes first. So we draw 3 cards. 3. And no extras. Right, I'm going to start my turn. So I know I want to use these 2 together to knock out that Mage Tower with my siege. The problem is we've only got red and blue mana in the source, and I've only got white in my inventory. And nothing here is going to help me. But what we do have is a unit in the unit offer, and I'll show you. This is the one, the Herbalists. So it's not a very good unit, but it will let me gain a green mana token. So that may be, I have to just take an extra turn here, recruit the Herbalists, and then knock out the Mage Tower. So that's my strategy, that's my plan, that's my short-term plan. Let's go for it and see if it works out. I'm currently here in this village. And whilst at a village, I can recruit any units using my influence if they have the village icon. These Herbalists cost 3, so I'm going to play Threaten, which gives me 2 influence. But in addition, my reputation already gives me +1 influence, so that's 3 influence. So using my 3 influence, I'm going to grab the Herbalists from the village and place them in my unit area. Now I end my turn. I discard this card. I've not used any mana from the source. I've already got 5 cards in my hand, so I've got nothing left to draw. We move to the dummy player's turn. We draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, and it's a red. There's no red crystals. Now we're on my next turn. I want to generate enough movement to move into this Mage Tower, which is sitting in the desert. Now at night time it only costs 3 movement to move into a desert. So the first card I'm going to play is March, which gives me move 2. And I'm going to use my skill. Now at night time it only gives me +1 move, but that's 3 move on this turn. And with that 3 move I'm going to assault the Mage Tower. The first thing I'm going to do is activate my Herbalists, and they will use this ability here, which says gain a green mana token. So this goes in my player area. And with that mana token, I'm going to play Concentration. I'm going to charge it with the green mana. And this says I may play another action card, use its strongest ability, and if it's an attack, any type of attack, then you get +2. So I'm going to play Siege Attack 3, +2 is Siege Attack 5. With my Siege Attack 5, I'm going to take out these Fire Mages with 1 hit. And these will go to the discard pile here. The villagers don't really appreciate you assaulting fortified sites as much as they do you killing rampaging orcs. So we get reputation -1 now for assaulting that mage tower. But we do gain 5 fame from defeating the enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've gone down to a next level. The other thing we do when we defeat a mage tower is we mark it with a shield of ours to show that we've defeated that mage tower. It doesn't give us anything other than it helps us with the scoring at the end of the game. For conquering a mage tower, we also get to choose 1 spell from the spell offer. I think I'm going to choose this one anyway, Wings of Wind, Wings of Night. And this goes on top of my deed deck. Once you gain a spell from the offer, you shuffle everything down, just like the Advanced Actions deck, and draw a new spell. Okay, there's nothing more for me to play, and I've taken my action for the turn, and I've conquered a mage tower. Influence is handy now because I can use this to buy spells. So I've used no mana for the source. I clean up my mana and discard my used cards. And let's level up. Leveling up to level 3 is very straightforward. You take the level token from your hero card, you turn it over, and it becomes a command token. Now our armour goes from 2 to 3. Our hand limit remains at 5. With the command token we now can recruit another unit. So we have the herbalists spent here with this command token. Now we have 2 command tokens. We can recruit another unit. We can discard any number of these cards if you wish. But I'm going to keep them because I played quite a few that turn and the dummy player's going quite... not going terribly fast, so I draw back up to 5. So now we have the spell that we were hoping to use this turn, next turn.